Hey, Elena Deutsch here from Women Interested in Leaving Law, and I am recording a short solo podcast episode, and I decided to do this live on LinkedIn at the same time. So if you are catching it, I decided to go live on LinkedIn at the last minute. I was supposed to do a podcast episode with someone. She couldn't make it. And I thought, let me record this episode I've been wanting to do on how to reduce your anxiety with a method I came up with called TLC. And of course, TLC stands for tender loving care, but it also stands for something else, which I created, which is called touch, label, and choose. So if you are living on planet Earth at this moment in time, you experience anxiety. And many, almost every single woman lawyer I speak with brings up their anxiety, brings up their stress. In fact, yesterday I met someone who said she got an Apple Watch and the number of times it dinged her that she was in stress and her body was like having this physiologic response was what made her start to think, I can't keep doing this. I've got to change something. I'm going to teach you one, just a tiny bit about anxiety and how I define it. And then two, TLC, touch, label, and choose is and how to use it. So anxiety, as I define it, and I am not a licensed mental health provider. If you're struggling with tremendous anxiety, please get help from a professional who can really help you go deeper into it. This tool is really effective for most people. Use it as you will. Anxiety is the physiologic response to the perception of danger. Anytime our lizard brain was tripped when we would be down gathering water or firewood and there would be a noise in the forest, our body would go into a fight, flight, or freeze response. Now, we still have that lizard brain, but the things that trigger that physiologic response or stress response are things like an email from a partner or client, a phone call that you weren't expecting from someone. And you're like, I hope they're okay, a deadline, things like that, or, working with a certain person. I once spoke with a woman who said when she had to call a certain client, she had to take 3 different kinds of anxiety medication. So just knowing that those things in your environment that trigger stress are things that trigger stress. What happens is our body goes into that fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response. Blood rushes to our limbs, away from our brain, away from our digestive tract. So this is often why women I work with often will have skin issues, will have digestive issues, migraines, because when your body is in this constant fight, flight, or freeze response, parts of your body break down. So the way to address anxiety is not just through the brain, but it's through the body. And I felt very, very vindicated and supported in this recently when I heard Mel Robbins talking to Oprah about anxiety and how to do it. She's like, Oprah, anxiety isn't something you deal with in your brain. You have to deal with it in your body. And I was like, exactly. I've been saying that for years too. So Mel Robbins and I are on the same page with this. What is touch, label, and choose? It's a method to get you into your body to help bring down the anxiety, right? Reduce the physiologic response, come back to presence, and bring your prefrontal cortex back online. So touch, I'm going to give you 2 touch tools. One is with your hands, is to do this thing called havening, which is when you touch your hands. And if you're seeing me on video now, you can see I am just kind of stroking my palms together, stroking the lower part of my forearms. And then you can also grasp your wrist with the soft underbelly of your palm and hold and breathe. And lately I've been doing kind of both at the same time. So clasping one palm, one hand around the other soft under part of the wrist. And look, you can even do this. You could do this on a Zoom call and no one would see that you're doing this. And if you're dealing with a partner or someone who's a client, someone who's stressing you out, you can just kind of double clasp your wrist and breathe. And this is the touch you're telling your body you're safe. If you can do this for 10 seconds, 15, 30 seconds, your central nervous system will calm down. You'll see that you're safe. You can also look over your shoulders, look up at the sky, down at the ground, and that just signals your subconscious that you're safe. Okay, so that's one tool. And the second tool is pressing both hands on your heart, your left hand on your heart, your right hand on top. And this also presses on the vagus nerve. And breathe. And this is another Mel Robbins mantra. You look around and you say, I am safe. In this moment, I am safe. In this moment, I am okay. In this moment, I am loved. I've got a client named Susan who she loves this one. So Susan, if you're watching this, this goes out to you or listening. In this moment, I am safe. In this moment, I am okay. In this moment, I am loved. Okay, so that's touch. And something you can do before you do one of these tools is you could scale your anxiety. Like I was at about a 7 before doing it. Now I'm at about, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0, not at all, 10, very high. Now I'm at about like a 4.5. So it went down a little. Okay, good. Now, the second thing you want to do is L, is label, is just notice where in your body you are having this anxiety. So I feel a tightness in my chest. I feel a little pressure on the back of my head. You want to describe it as if you're being very clinical and describing it to a doctor or someone who doesn't know what anxiety is. Just really describing the physiologic sensation as best as you can. I feel pressure, feel like a hollow pit in my stomach. I feel pressure on my forehead. Just labeling it and then just bring your attention to that part and noticing it. And then finally, kind of choosing a new thought, because what happens is we get the physiologic trigger, right? Whether that's the phone call or the deadline, and then our brains start spinning. The parade of terribles, as some of my clients call it, or the like, oh no, I made a typo and now I'm going to be living under a bridge, which the distance between those two things can happen very quickly in the lawyer mind. So using this moment after you've calmed your body, you're like, okay, there's tightness in my chest. There's pressure in my forehead. I'm going to choose a new thought. And looking around might be like, I'm safe. You might use that same thing. I am safe. I am okay. I am loved. You might tell yourself, I can handle this. I've been through worse. This is temporary. I don't know if this is a catastrophic mistake or not. Choosing to think something differently. Because one of the things I love is this thought helpful to you right now is one question. And if it's not, what else can I choose? What else can I think? Is this thought helping me? No. All right. So what's another thought? And one that I often offer women lawyers is like, okay, freaking out right now is not going to help me. I am smart. I am capable. I am willing to figure this out. I am smart. I am capable. I am hardworking. I can figure this out. So pick something for you that works. So that is touch, label, and choose, where you actually physiologically touch your body to bring yourself back into this present moment, into your body to tell yourself that you are safe. And then label where this experience is going on in your body. So, and what that does is like, it disassociates it from your identity. So to also use language that's not, I am anxious, but, oh, there is this physiologic sensation in my body that I am having. It's not part of your identity. It doesn't have to be. So kind of pulling it out and labeling it makes it a little more clinical. It gives you more distance. And then choosing a new thought. Like, okay, well, freaking out is not going to help. So I'm smart. I'm capable. I'm hardworking. I can figure this out. Pick a thought that feels better to you. And that is touch, label, and choose. And I hope this has been helpful. And if you caught me on LinkedIn doing this live, drop me a comment with maybe what's a one thought that you could think to you as you reduce your anxiety and regain calm. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.